You should have never let us make bunk beds. It was a terrible idea. There's blood everywhere. Time for Harbaugh Chapter 3. John not visiting his younger bro in the best of moods.
Jackson, fake! Jackson tosses! Incomplete!
Jim, on the other hand, comes in on a 4-game win bender.
Dobbins to the end zone! In for the touchdown!
Chargers' 2024 identity is starting to come into shape. They aren't just about the D anymore. Eyes up here on LA's offense, please. 26-plus points and 4 straight now. 34-point outburst versus Cincinnati. 435 total yards.
Play action. In the middle is caught for the touchdown! Will Disley!
Colts' passing game is charged. Justin Herbert, 297 yards last week, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 275-plus yards in 4 of his last 5.
Herbert throws end zone! Touchdown!
The Ravens' defense he gets has rough numbers on the year, but come in off maybe their best showing. Held Pittsburgh to just 18 points, just 4 for 16 on third down, no touchdowns at all, just 6 field goals.
Wilson looks, a floater! Intercepted!
Same deal with the secondary Herbs takes on. It's like a little Drakkar Noir on a donkey, so to speak. Held Russell Wilson to 205 yards, no touchdowns, a sub-70 rate.
Hands both ways, a push at the end, and complete pass.
LA's passing attack built primarily around 2 guys at this point. Who knew McLovin could catch a pass, right? Ladd McConkey doesn't need to show proof of age if he keeps it up. 123 yards last week, 50-plus yards, 4 straight.
Herbert taking a shot towards McConkey. Got this one at the 45-yard line.
Quentin Johnston scored 48 yards, has a TD in 3 straight.
They're going to make a poster out of this throw.
Will Disley also showed back up, a touchdown, 80 yards. He'd been quiet the last few weeks.
Known as a blocking tight end during his years in Seattle, he has happened a year in the air.
Herbert was sacked twice by Cincinnati, 36 pass attempts, so they can live with that. Ravens have 3 good QB hunters. Odafe Owe tracked down the quarterback 2.5 times last week, has 7 now.
Wilson hit from behind. Russell Wilson took a shot from away.
Kyle Van Noy, 7 as well. Nnamdi Madubuike with 5. Ravens tied for the 3rd most QB takedowns on the year. And they continue to be tough against runners, held Pittsburgh under 4 per carry. Backs have had very little success against them.
Harris is in, and Harris is stopped. Ravens take over.
This week, they face both their old mates. Gus Edwards, quiet week 11. Dobbins, that big run to seal it. JK, 5.1 a run last week. Not just kidding, but JK. 56 yards, 2 touchdowns.
He is completely surrounded here, and he keeps his balance and goes back the other way. That is one of those momentum kind of busters right there.
And Herbert, he's no Lamar, but last week, 65 yards on 13 a scamper.
Herbert taking off again. Big run by Herbert for the first down and more.
Jackson, meantime, gets to see what the #1 scoring defense is all about. They didn't play that way, though, last week. 27 points allowed to Cincinnati. Should have been more, but their kicker missed twice.
Fires for Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Their D, the reverse of Baltimore's this week. Good most of the year, rough week 11. Gave up 350-plus yards to Joe Burrow, 3 touchdowns, 148 yards to T. Higgins, a TD, 2 touchdowns to Jamar Chase, 75 yards.
Here comes the pressure. There's Chase to the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Was an out-of-character performance for their defense. They take on an O that knows the feeling. Baltimore 2nd in points per game for 2024, 16 versus Pittsburgh, 4 for 11 on third down.
Henry turns it upfield. Very close to a first down. Loses the ball.
I'm not an OC, but I did stay at a Marriott by Courtyard last week. You were in a Rockin' Sock'em Robots heavyweight beatdown match, and the King only 13 carries. He leads the NFL in rush yards, touchdowns, and hits at 6 a run, hit at 5 a pop versus Pittsburgh. I mean, I think there's still plenty of tread on those tires, maybe more this week.
And if Minkah Fitzpatrick doesn't get it, Derrick Henry runs it to the goalpost at the back of the end zone.
And Lamar was good for 46 yards running the ball, over 11 per pop.
And it's Jackson doing it himself.
Plus, LA's defense hasn't been rock solid against the run. 4.4 a carry given up to Cincinnati, 4.6 a run allowed to running backs for 2024. That's on the wrong side of average.
The play goes, and it goes. There goes Brown. inside the 20.
Jackson the passer comes in off a rare dud. Just 207 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, sub-70 rate. He's finished with a sub-90 rate 3 times this season. Ravens have lost all 3 of those games.
Wilson is claiming he took it away, and he did! Steelers take over!
Just a few pass catchers of note from their loss to Pittsburgh. Mark Andrews was quiet. Deontay Johnson, 0 yards, 2 targets. They traded for him. Why? Rashad Bateman, 30 yards. Zay Flowers, 39 yards and a TD.
And Lamar Jackson rips a throw right down the heart of the defense.
Leader guy was tight end Isaiah Likely, 75 yards a week ago.
Fake the pitch. Jackson sets, throws. It's on time. Connection made. Isaiah Likely.
Lamar took 2 sacks last week. Chargers, still no Khalil Mack, still have Tui Pelotu, 1.5 sacks. Lawndale's finest, leads them with 7 now.
It is Tui Pelotu again. Boy, is he on a heater.
Listen, I know we started out as foes, but after that courageous act that you showed me against the one they call Derrick, maybe someday we could become friends. Have to rewind to the Super Harbaugh. Lights went out, weren't even in Georgia either. Colin Kaepernick led a crazy rally, but Joe Flacco led Baltimore to victory on an MVP showing. 34-31, John takes it.